Climate Change RoundUp for the week ending. Ah! Number 10.
After the proclamation by COP22 delegates, civil society groups and experts say the statement reaffirmed that it is in the national interest of every country to accelerate the transition to renewables and build resilience to climate impacts. They said the speed of real economy change and the urgency of actions are primary messages from the declaration. This reinforces the shift underway towards a new era of implementation and action on climate and sustainable development.
Number 9.
What a warmer future means for Southeastern Wildfires. We have California wildfires in North Carolina, Pat McCrory said earlier this month. Tinder-dry conditions that have resulted from months with little to no rain and toasty fall temperatures have allowed the fires to reach unusual heights. With all signs pointing to continued dry conditions, possibly throughout the winter thanks to La Niña, those wildfires could burn for weeks or months, and the risk that new fires will start is high.
Number 8.
Vietnam's vulnerability to climate change has lessons for Ireland. In Ireland, they are already beginning to feel the negative effects of climate change through increased weather variability, and worse is yet to come. However, many other countries at an earlier stage of development than Ireland are facing greater risks of climate-induced damage. Vietnam's very long coastline and extensive river deltas mean that it will suffer severe effects from a rise in sea level and increased storm frequency as a result of climate change.
Number 7.
Announcing green cement, Mahendra Singhi of Dalmia talks about cementing some solutions. The greenest cement in the world achieves the highest growth.
We have already created our strategy for moving from normal economy to low carbon economy, and we have the strategy for low carbon economy. So considering that, we decided a few years back that we should produce green cement, which is also called blended cement, so that it consumes lesser minerals, lesser power, lesser fuel, but at the same time use waste material of other sectors like steel and power.
Number 6.
Thanksgiving dinner's carbon footprint, a state-by-state comparison. Carnegie Mellon University researchers calculated that the carbon footprint of a typical Thanksgiving feast is as follows. The best states were Vermont, Washington, and Idaho. The worst, Wyoming, Kentucky, West Virginia. Hey, looky here, coal country.
Number 5.
Food scarcity in the face of climate change, impossible without water. Last Friday, the 18th of November, marked the end of COP22 in Marrakech, which addressed the implementation of the climate agreement signed in Paris 1 year ago. The accord at long last recognized that climate change adaptation is equally as important as greenhouse gas emissions reduction. The conference subsequently set out to breathe life into the target agreements.
Number 4.
UK climate diplomacy staff cut again as post-Brexit links to Trump and US deniers strengthen. Currently, just 72 Foreign Office staff are working on climate issues full-time. There are a total of 149 Foreign Office staff working at least part-time on the issue. That was down from a high of 177 staff in January of 2014 and 159 staff in 2015.
Number 3.
Canada presents plan to phase out coal-powered electricity by 2030 as part of its comprehensive plan to make Canada a leader in green energy.
Coal-powered today results in close to 10% of Canada's total greenhouse gas emissions coming from 4 provinces: Alberta, Saskatchewan, Nova Scotia, and New Brunswick. The action announced today will reduce Canada's greenhouse gas emissions by more than 5 megatons by 2030. This is the equivalent of taking 1.3 million cars off the road.
Number 2.
Major businesses powered by renewable energy. More and more businesses in the US and abroad are embracing sustainable practices as they begin to feel the impacts of the climate crisis where it matters most, their bottom lines. Here's 5. Intel, Kohl's department stores, the National Hockey League, Walmart, and Apple.
Your number 1 climate change news item is...
What is global weirding? Catherine Hayhoe gets weird about climate change. Visit, view, like, and subscribe. You'll be glad you did.
Hi, I'm Catherine Hayhoe, and this is Global Weirding. In this series, we're tackling climate issues head-on. How do we know this global warming thing is even real? Why do scientists say that humans are causing climate change and not just natural cycles like it's been every other time? Well, many politicians say exactly the opposite. Is climate change behind all the crazy weather we see today? Does fixing climate mean we have to shut down the economy? Why are the Pope and the National Association of Evangelicals piling on? And why do we climate scientists get so much hate mail? Money and politics, God and global warming, every topic we avoid in polite conversation, we're going there.
New episodes every other Wednesday at globalweirdingseries.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and like KTPZ TV on Facebook.
Please tune in next time for another of Spencer's
Climate Change Roundup.